Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Yeah. Can I make you groove now? Yes, I can. So you can get this groove in the back of a can. Put the big around the world and the holes in your hand. Popcorn World. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. I said popcorn make you smile. Ah. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. The Popcorn
World. You're now listening to the Brothers of the Five. At shooting guard, it's your boy, Killer Cam. At small forward, it's Reggie Love. At point guard, C Major. At power forward, I'll be. And at center, Mr. Noise, Lloyd Spence. And now, the Brothers of the Five.
Add one more plus me and
All right, so we running the two-man game stuff right now, but you know what? We hope to have our third party in here later on. But I mean, folks got to pay their own bills too, in addition to the bills we pay around here. So we good with it. Ain't tripping. But this is the Five, and we are back tonight. That's C Major over there, right there. It's your boy, Mr. Noise, right here. We here to give you what you need as we proceed. I can't do that. I just heard it, and I can't do that. I just heard it. I ain't heard it before, Chad. What's going on? And I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Just leave that one alone.
Yeah, prayers up though. Prayers up though. To you know, because listen. I feel you on that denial, bro. I feel you. If you go in denial, that's how you do it. But until the denial is, until you right the ship, I'm here with you. I'm here with you. I'm praying for you. That's where I'm here. I'm doing this.
Yeah. Sticky situation.
Sticky situation. But this is a sports show, so we're gonna get into some sports. We got a lot to talk about, bro. I really want to start. Let's start with the breaking news. You know what? Let's do that first. Before we jumped on tonight, there was some breaking news. And the breaking news is no surprise to anybody. I mean, we felt like it was going to go this way, and it did. But I am disappointed, and we'll talk about that in a second. The Heisman finalists have been decided. The people that's going to get a chance to sit in New York this weekend, Dylan Gabriel, from Oregon, Cam Ward from Miami, Ashton Genty from Boise State, and the front runner, Travis Hunter from Colorado. A noticeable name that is missing from this list is his teammate, and the offensive reason why Travis Hunter is going to be invited, and probably the first quarterback taken in the draft. One Shedeur Sanders. So I turn it over to you, my brother, my little bro, Chad Major. Your thoughts on the omission of Shedeur Sanders, but also the list itself?
Well, you got to look at the list and got to say, who would you take off the list to replace him with? The only name that I'm looking at is Cam Ward. I mean, that's the only person that I would take off the list because Dylan Gabriel, his team is number one in the country.
Number one in the country. You can't take him off the list.
Ashton Genty, he's playing for the Boise State team that's in the playoffs, that's in the college football playoffs, and he's
And his
number
numbers
one.
are insane. Yeah. Can't take him off the list.
Travis Hunter, self-explanatory.
Can't take him off the list.
But I mean, Cam Ward. I mean, you could argue no, the numbers, no similarity of the numbers, but I mean, that's the only person I would think about taking off the list. But I mean, Shador, he's been doing it, everywhere he's been. Jackson State, even when Colorado was 4-8, he was still putting up numbers. So I mean, yeah, but I think being the first pick in the draft, maybe your consolation prize, or at least first.
That's not a bad consolation prize. Let's
Yeah.
be clear. That's not a bad consolation prize.
Yeah.
I everything you just said, I 100% agree with. I at first I was like, he don't even get the invite, but I think it's the, and I know Shador was heard this weekend when he won the Johnny Unitas. Shout out to Shador for winning the Johnny Unitas award. And I think he got a couple of other quarterback awards coming down the pike as well. But
Mhm.
I understand what he was saying, that they just hate my dad, and maybe that's why I didn't get it. And that may or may not be true. I don't know if that's true or not. But here's what I do know. I got to thinking, Chad, how many teammates in the history of the Heisman, at least in my lifetime, have I ever seen nominated? And the answer was once.
Mhm.
Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart. That was it. That's the list.
Yeah.
So, and that team was the number one team in the nation. That team played for a national championship against Texas. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? And had they gone undefeated like Dylan Gabriel's team had, or had they been in the playoffs like Dylan Gabriel's team is, then it would have been like, okay, it makes sense to nominate them both.
Yeah.
But they didn't. It's tough, man,
Yeah.
because I do think that Shador is number one in this upcoming draft, and we're not doing draft stuff tonight, but I'm just saying in general, I think Shador is the best quarterback in this upcoming draft, and I think Cam is in that top 2 or 3 as well. So Cam definitely got the numbers for sure. And he's got one more win than Shador. So it's hard to take somebody off to add Shador on, but I think I would have liked to see Shador at least get the invite. And he'll be sitting in the room because he's going to be there to support his brother. But it would have been nice to see him get the invite, is all I'm saying.
So should they do top 5 instead of top 4?
Well, it varies every year. It's a counting thing. It's like it's a voting thing. And the votes got to be there. And I think there's a minimum amount of votes that you have to get in order to get the invite. So that would be honest with you, I don't think it's a top 5. I think it's a top 4. I think it's a top 2. I don't know how anybody else honestly could be considered. With all due respect to Cam, with all due respect to Dylan Gabriel, when you look at Oregon, and I watched Oregon play this weekend, I didn't see anything that Dylan Gabriel did that was so dynamic that I thought he was a clear-cut Heisman Trophy candidate. And I'm not trying to hate on the young man, but I'm just saying, as a draft analyst and a journalist, where would I draft Dylan Gabriel at? Is he a first-round pick?
Nah.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think I would take the kid from Ole Miss before I took Jackson. Is it Hart? I think his last name is Hart. But I would take him before I take Dylan Gabriel. So just because a kid has a great performance on a team doesn't make him a great pick in the draft, in my humble opinion.
Yeah.
So I understand what Dylan Gabriel is. I appreciate him for what he is. And congratulations to him to getting the invite. That's awesome. But Shador is what is a target for me. So, that's just what I'm saying. So that's the breaking news. That, as they say, is what it is. We'll go from there. And we'll come back to college sports here in just a minute, but we're gonna start with question number one because we always start with question number one. The NFC, the football is done for the most part. I mean, tonight's game is interesting. If we can divert for just a second, tonight's game is interesting in this respect. One of these teams' season is going to end tonight, officially.
Yeah.
Is it going to be the Bengals, who offensively have played fantastic, but their team as a whole sucks? Or the Cowboys, whose team has just tanked away his season for a myriad of reasons. But they've won the last two.
Yeah. So, yeah. Is it really tanking at this point? If you actually winning?
Well, they tanked it in the sense of it hasn't gone well. So you're right. Tank is probably not the right word because
they winning when they're supposed to losing.
Yeah, they didn't purposely do this. It's just what has happened. Yeah, it's just what has happened. So tonight's an interesting game, but we haven't seen it yet. It's not being played yet. In fact, it's just about to start here in just a few minutes. So we have to go by the games we've seen, like we always do. So I turn to you, my little bro. What's your best, worst, and surprise? Let's start in the NFC.
The NFC, I'm going my best. Really, a person that was my best is going to be.
I think you're probably going where I'm going.
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold, bro. And let me selfishly jump in on this one point because it's relevant to this conversation. So Friday night, or Thursday night, it dawns on me I don't have a quarterback for this weekend. Both my quarterbacks are on bye. Their final bye. We got to recognize that. So I go out there into the free agency to see who's available because I got to find somebody to fill in for 1 week. Who's sitting out there staring in your face like this? Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
I said, okay, Sam's playing reasonably well all season long. He can get me through one game. Well, Sam didn't just get me through the game. Sam put up 5 touchdowns and 348 yards.
Man.
He won the game single-handedly for me. So shout out to Sam Darnold, selfishly. Go ahead with your bad self.
That begs to know us. But when his career started, we were like Sam Darnold, and then he's been in different systems, and it like we've all said, maybe that system wasn't for him where he was at before, but now this system and him growing as a quarterback, maybe he's turned a leaf. But I mean,
so Sam has played for the Jets, right? And who else? Is it just the Jets in San Francisco? Or has he played for San Francisco?
He did play for Cisco. I think last year. Last year he played for San Francisco. Last year.
Hold on, let me make sure. I think you're correct in saying that. Are those the only 2 teams he's played for?
As far as I know, yeah, that I can remember. Yeah, because I know he was in there.
We're gonna confirm it. We're gonna confirm it right now. But we're bringing this up for a reason, because here's a kid, and our good friend Reggie Love, a friend of the show and member of the Five, says all the time that systems make the player sometimes. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you got to put the player in the right system. And Sam Darnold might be the player because oh, wow. So Sam, that's what I thought. I thought it was one more. So Sam has played for the Panthers, the Jets, the 49ers, and now the Vikings.
Oh, okay.
So here's a guy who has been in 4 different systems now, and 2 of those teams gave up on him too soon, and they wouldn't put him in a situation where he could play his best football. He is now in a system where he is playing MVP level football, but they got a guy that they drafted very high on the bench. My question to you is, sir, what do you do with Sam Darnold?
You keep Sam Darnold playing because, as we've seen, JJ McCarthy will benefit from watching the game, and then when he needs to get in the game, he'll know what to do because he's seen the scenarios. Yes, we've seen that. If you just put a quarterback in there, he will struggle, a la Bryce Young. But if you give him some time and let him see the game and not necessarily put him in there fast, it could benefit. Jordan Love did the same thing. He sat behind Aaron Rodgers, so I don't think it's a bad thing for JJ McCarthy sitting because look like Sam Darnold's holding it on, and Sam Darnold's not going to be the quarterback for 4 or 5 years. I think JJ McCarthy will get his shot in the next couple of years, but I think it's good since he's still recovering from injury. I think it's good for him to sit on the bench and get those mental reps at this point.
Believe it or not, Sam is only 27.
He's got a couple more years.
So this is an interesting situation that the Vikings find themselves in because you might be able to get Sam on a very team-friendly contract. Maybe you do 2-3 years. You do it at 150 and buy yourself a couple of years to truly develop JJ McCarthy into what Jordan Love has become.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? So to your point, this is an interesting situation that the Vikings are going to have to figure out. But I it's a nice place to be because he's playing at a ridiculous level right now. Like Sam Darnold balled Sunday. Like he looks fantastic.
Yeah,
he looks fantastic. I was like, yo, thank you for having this performance on this week, sir. All right, who's your worst?
My worst. It's gonna be the Falcons. Can't pay Kirk Cousins. You thought you was getting like 2018 Kirk Cousins, but you definitely getting 2024 Kirk Cousins and paying him. I think it was 180.
Yeah, that's a ridiculous number.
You could have invested that somewhere else to improve your ball club, and but I think the Falcons. They have pieces and. You were expecting something better this year, so I picked the Falcons as my worst. And my surprise, the Rams. They were clicking on all cylinders, and they put up 44 points against the Buffalo Bills. That was
they ball, man.
Yeah, that's the highest point total I think all year. So against a quality opponent. So
Matthew Stafford still got it. Still got it.
Highland Park represented.
Your worst was the Falcons. I have to ask you the question then. Is it now time to start Penix? You're still in the playoff chase, technically. Like you're still in the hunt, as they say. You lost the division lead to the Buccaneers because the Buccaneers won this weekend. You lost. Mm-hmm. But you're still in the hunt. If the Buccaneers stumble, which is a possibility, you can make a chance. Do you go to the young boy now? Because this dude has played the last, I think the stat I heard, last 3 games. Mm. He's no touchdowns, or 4 games, I think it is. No touchdowns and 8 interceptions.
It's hard because you're paying him all that money, and you don't want to pay him all that money to just sit on the bench. So. I mean, if you're going to pay him that money, you might as well have him out there. I mean, I don't know. It's very tough. But I think if you're paying him that money, I would just let him play it out. And then just know that you can release him. And Penix is probably going to be your starter next year.
Yeah, Penix got to get ready, man, because that's a tough situation, man. But shout out to the head coach for having the forethought of drafting a first-round pick quarterback. And you know what? He don't look that move don't look so stupid now.
Exactly.
Paying Kirk Cousins look like the stupid move now.
Yeah, we were scratching our heads on that draft decision, but
everybody was. But I was like, now it don't look crazy at all. So, all right. So we agree Sam Darnold is for sure the best. That the performance was crazy. Although I will say for me, if Sam Darnold is one, the Seahawks is 1A, man. They just keep finding ways, man. They just keep finding ways. And now they got a 2-game lead on that division. And I don't know if either one of them teams, anybody in that division can catch them. It don't feel like anybody in that division can catch them. Arizona don't seem like they can catch them. Arizona keeps stumbling over themselves. And we can have a Kyler Murray discussion on another day. But it just don't feel like anybody in that division can catch them. So shout out to the Seahawks, man. The 49ers looked more like themselves this weekend than they have all season long. Shout out to Isaac Garendo, U of L. Get your L's up. He looks fantastic. And by the way, I'm gonna go ahead and say what everybody's thinking. I'm gonna speak the unspoken part out loud. Christian McCaffrey, my guy. You might want to find yourself back to the field because it looks like they found your replacement.
True. Yeah.
Isaac looks fantastic. In the game that Isaac Garendo has started, he looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I mean, there's something to say about being youthful with being youthful and fast, and so like you said, Christian McCaffrey needs to definitely figure it out.
I'm just saying, my guy. I'm just saying to you, might want to find your way back to the field. Yeah. I have an apology to make, bro, and if you don't mind, I need to do this like this way. So
go ahead.
To Matt Eberflus. My bad. This is my fault. Because I've went pretty hard in the paint on you the last 2 weeks. Saying you can't coach, you got bad coaching decisions, you run this team into the ground, you don't know what you're doing. That's my fault. This ain't on you. When a team finishes the first half of a game with 9 yards offensively total, that ain't on you, bro. That's not you. Y'all drafted the wrong dude.
That's terrible.
Bruh, they look horrible. I don't know if you saw the game. They look horrible.
Saw a little bit.
Horrible.
But
horrible.
We kind of questioned that Caleb Williams wasn't the guy anyway. We kind of already questioned.
I said that, I was saying that when nobody was saying that in the country. I think it was me, Reggie Love, and Dan Orlovsky. We was the only ones saying Caleb ain't it. And you nod your head like, yeah, you might be right. Like, no, you said it eventually. You did say it. I gotta give you credit. Yeah, you was in there. So it was just us. Yeah. So I'm just saying. Listen. Do I think Caleb could be good? Yes, but I think there's some things that he does. He holds the ball, number one, way too long. So that's number one. He got to break that habit. Number two, he got to get into the room and truly study film. Like right now, I don't know what he's looking at. And it's obvious he's not looking at film the way, and maybe he's just not been taught what to look for. So, but it's obvious something is not connecting from the film room to the field because he's not playing well at all. Now, some people are going to try to say, well, his offensive line, I'm watching games and I'm telling you, they're not blocking consistently great because he's been sacked 50 times, which is insane to think that a man can be sacked 50 times. But there's also moments where he is truly holding the ball too long. So I'm not going to put down all 50 of those on him. I mean, on the offensive line. I think some of those belong to Caleb himself. So they are awful. The Bears, I don't know what people were saying, what people were seeing when they were saying, man, the Bears look sharp in the preseason. Well, everybody looks sharp in the preseason. Hell, we look sharp in the preseason.
Yeah.
And we about to get the number one pick in the draft. So
I think what you were saying before and what we were saying system, I think the organization needs to hold some accountability, and you're picking the you're supposedly picking the best player, but you need to pick the person that fits your system. And I think he doesn't fit what they're trying to do. I don't think.
I don't. But okay, you say that, but what are they trying to do, Chad? What exactly are they trying to do?
If I knew that, I'd be in the organization.
Okay, so I don't know if he don't fit the system or not, and I think sometimes, bro, sometimes that is kind of overrated because if you have a generational talent and you think you got a quarterback who has a particular set of skills, then just like the Ravens did, sometimes you got to set the system around him if you think he's worth it. And clearly the Bears for 2 years thought he was worth it because they tanked last year just to get it. So why are you not building what you do around his skill set?
True.
Right? So I just don't understand what the Bears are doing. They are awful. They are awful. They
have some serviceable receivers, a serviceable running back.
Rome Odunze is for real. I like Rome. I like Keenan. I like
Daryl Mooney.
Daryl Mooney. I like your boy Jones. I like Aaron Jones. They got pieces. They don't know how to use any of their pieces. They're up to and including Caleb Williams. They don't know how to use any of their pieces. And so if you don't know how to move your pieces around the chessboard, then you don't know how to play chess. And it's clearly they don't know how to play chess. So
to be fair, there'll be a different coach there next year. So,
there'll be a whole different coach, a whole different system probably. So we'll see how it goes. But it was awful. But my surprise is also an individual. Listen, Dan Campbell is a thug. He's a gangster. Because what he did Thursday, that's gangster. That is gangster. 4th and 1, when it could cost you not only that game. Let me just be clear, because I need people to understand on every level what Dan Campbell risked last Thursday on that call. Lions lose that game. They're now in a tie with the Packers for both the division and now in a 3-way tie with the division and first place in the conference with the Eagles and the Packers. So that one play could cost you, dare I say, the damn season.
Yeah.
Like, that wasn't a small call. That wasn't a small 4th and 1. To go for it in that moment. And it was a long one. It wasn't like inches one. It was like, all you got to do is kick the field goal and hold on tight. Your defense has played decently. Kick the field goal and let's see what happens. But no, Dan's like, no, if I don't let you back on the field, we win the game. Shout out to Dan Campbell, brother. That was a gutsy ass call.
Yeah.
And that
coach though. That's what your decision making that you want. You want to know big.
Is that the decision making? Is that what you want, Chad?
Yeah, confidence in your players and get it done. Yeah. You're showing confidence.
That's a lot of confidence, brother.
I'm saying that's
I ain't gonna hold you. That's a lot of confidence he showed.
But you know what that does? It builds on confidence for the next moment. And they know that, hey, he trusts us. Let's go get it. So
he definitely trusts them.
I don't have a problem with it. I thought it was good.
Yeah, he definitely trusts them. That was impressive. I gotta listen. It's a great plan when it worked.
Exactly.
It's a great now. Had that not worked, we'd have lit his ass up today. And they'd lit him up all week long. Because he could have cost the Lions the entire season.
Yeah.
Because you lose. Listen, if you're back on the road in the playoffs, if you're the Lions, that ain't the move you want. You don't want to be on the road playing wild card games and crazy stuff like that. But they listen. Shout out to him. He pulled it off. So that's my best, worst, and surprise in the NFC. Let me start out the AFC with this. I'm petty sometimes.
Okay.
So I'm just letting the people know. And I think if you've been watching this show over the last couple of years, you know I can be petty sometimes. And I have no better moment to be petty than what I'm about to say right now. The best thing that happened out of this past weekend was watching the Jets be officially eliminated from playoff contention after having a lead in the game. They were winning that game. They had the game basically in hand, and they let the Dolphins come all the way back and win that game. So watching Aaron Rodgers in all his arrogant glory crumble down made me feel warm and fuzzy inside. So I'm petty. That was the best thing I saw this weekend. Now, the best teams, man, I'm starting to believe in these Steelers. I'm starting to believe. I'll be lying if I said I'm not believing. I believe. Like Russell, they're not just winning because Russell's stumbling on a couple of good plays. Nah, Russell played great, bro. Like he balled out. Like from the second quarter on. Now, I'm gonna stall you out because it's the Browns. I get it. But the Browns, one thing you can say about the Browns, they haven't quit on this season. Now, I don't know if that's because Hard Knocks is filming or what, but they have not quit on this season. And they came and tried to win that game. And the Steelers punched them in the mouth repeatedly and kept punching them. And Russell played efficient enough to win that game. So I'm not going to lie to you, man. I'm starting to believe in the Steelers. Their defense is fire. I think the defensive player of the year right now.
Give it TJ.
It'd be hard not to, but I'm trying to see who else has matched TJ's consistency.
I can't think of anybody.
I can't think of anybody either, man. I'm starting to think that this is TJ's to lose. So they balling, man. So that's my best. My worst, again, I'm petty. So let me start with my petty. Raiders, what are y'all doing? We don't need y'all to be winning games right now. Can y'all just let us have this? Let us have this. And I know Dion got up, draft my sons. You draft where you go where you're supposed to go.
He don't want to go visit in the cold.
You
want to get out the cold. He already in the cold.
We need him. We enduring for Shador right now. Hashtag enduring for Shador. Y'all saw our game yesterday and how it ended, right? Y'all saw that, right? Okay, so let us have this. Why y'all trying to take this from us? Let us have this.
You want to go where the bright lights are?
Right, in New York.
Nah, not them bright lights.
That's where the bright lights are.
Not them Vegas bright lights.
Shador, you're a man of faith, man. You don't want to be around all that sin and degradation, legal brothels and whatnot.
Oh man,
come on to New York and have a wonderful life, man. Have a wonderful life, young blood. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm trying to do. So that's the petty in me. But now, honestly, the worst thing I saw this weekend was other than the Raiders was the Bills on that one play. You can't miss that. You can't miss that play, bro. You can't do that. You cannot do that. Under any circumstance, you cannot call that play. That was so bad. That was so bad. And that probably that may have cost them the Super Bowl. Because apparently the Chiefs, who are my surprise, apparently they're not going to lose. Yeah. They don't know how to lose. Bruh. The doink for the division, shout out to Mike Tirico for that one. The doink for the division, come on, man. I don't know how the Chiefs are pulling this off. I don't know. To me, Lloyd, the Chiefs are not very good this year. They're not the same. They're not a great team. But they are the champs, and you got to beat them. And honestly, I think what you really got to do is you got to find a way to blow them out. Because if it's close, I just don't know if you can beat Patrick Mahomes.
I think it's kind of like in basketball with the Lakers and the Warriors. People try to beat them, but like they know how to win. Like you have to do something astronomical to beat them when they're in their heydays of winning championships.
100%, bro. Like it's. I don't know. Coming to the game that in his back pocket, Mahomes got a run in him. He got that in him. You know that. You just studied the film all week.
Yeah.
And yet, at some point in the game, somebody's gonna turn their shoulders around and chase a receiver that ain't making catches all game.
Yeah.
They're not catching the ball all game, but they're chasing them down the field. And as soon as they turn their back, there go Mahomes running down the right side of the field or the left side of the field for a 20, 30-yard gain to put his team in position to win the game. It's crazy to me. I just don't understand how they keep pulling this off. But shout out to the Chiefs, man. They won the division yesterday. And they ain't played a great game all season. They have not played – Chad, they have not played a great game all season, and they're the division champs. Well, and all roads to the Super Bowl lead through Kansas City.
Oh, being undefeated for half the season helps. It helped.
I hope y'all like Kansas City barbecue because that's what you're going to eat during the playoffs. Just saying. All right. That's what I got in the AFC. What you doing, bro?
My AFC, I'm going to go again for the individual. The best, Joshua Allen. He scored 3 touchdowns passing, 3 touchdowns running.
Is he the MVP? He is today.
Yeah, I
today.
Think, he was MVP, but you still got Patrick Mahomes creeping down your neck. So
I don't think Pat gonna get it this year. He ain't done nothing to win it, other than winning the games. I mean, but the numbers ain't there. The numbers ain't there.
But you're still surviving, and your numbers aren't there, and you're still 11-1, or no.
That's true.
It'll be close, but no. It depends on what they're going by. If they're going by solid numbers, then yes, Josh Allen should get that. But I mean, you can never count out Patrick Mahomes. My worst, I gave it to 2 individuals because they played in the same game, and the total of the game's points was 16 points. I'm giving it to Mac Jones and Will Levis. And
yo, man.
The 2 teams are in the Travis Hunter Bowl, I think.
Yo, man. I don't know what the Titans saw in the pre-game. I think the Titans saw I saw Will Levis walk out on the combine field in his shorts and T-shirt and was like, they just fell instantly in love, like we did with Daniel Jones, like Dave Gettleman did with Daniel Jones. He saw this big, tall white guy, muscular looking, and was like, oh, he must be. He's got to be. And Will, listen, in shorts and a T-shirt, Will can throw the ball 50, 60, 70 yards. Absolutely. He got an arm. Yeah. It's just not accurate.
And those guys are like prototypical quarterback looking dudes. So that's
if you're in 1981. Yes, that is true. If you're in 1981, they are prototypical. 1974, yes, they are prototypical quarterbacks. But come on, man. If you watch Will Levis play in college, which I did, he's awful. He's awful. No disrespect. I'm not trying to disrespect, but bruh, you're an average to below average quarterback at best. I'm sorry, but it's just the truth. It's just the truth. He's not a starting quarterback in the NFL. He's NFL in the sense that he can make a great career backup, but no, not your starter. No.
He is a starter if somebody gets hurt.
If somebody gets hurt, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But he's a career backup. But yeah, no. That's a great worst because that game was awful to watch.
It was awful.
And the fact that then Jaguars, what are you doing? I think we have a drop for that, don't we? Don't we have a drop for that? I thought we used to have a drop for that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I have it. I got to pull it up from another place.
While you're doing that, I'll give my surprise.
Well, I ain't gonna play it, but what are you doing? Is what I'm asking.
My
Go ahead.
surprise is the Dolphins making the Jets look serviceable until the end of the game. Like, what are y'all doing? Like,
Because y'all need this game.
don't make the Jets look like they're actually playing for real. So,
Yeah, don't be giving Aaron Rodgers confidence.
yeah. So
I want y'all to stick a fork in there. Now, here's the question, and that's a great surprise, by the way. Here's a question to you. Now, what do you do with Aaron Rodgers the rest of the season?
Well, you're out of it, so let him play out the season and release him.
You want to see him play out the season? Okay.
I mean, you're paying him, so might as well.
Well, you're paying everybody on the team. People use that all the time. You paying them. You're paying everybody on the team, but don't you want to see if you already got the quarterback on the roster?
Who's the backup?
The backup to Aaron Rodgers right now, I believe, is Tyrod Taylor, followed by who else is there? Oh, they don't have another quarterback on the roster. Wow, it's just the two of them.
Might as well just let Aaron rock out and then find your quarterback in the draft.
If you're the Jets, do you go get a quarterback in this draft, or do you wait till next year and take somebody from next year's draft?
Well, next year.
Well, first of all, you got to hire a GM and a coach.
Yeah.
So that's where you start.
Yeah.
Who's your head coach? Who's your GM?
I don't know any quarterbacks that's going to be coming out next year because Archie's going to be still there and yours is coming out this year. So I don't know what your quality quarterback. Probably you just let Tyrod start 1 year and then just and
use him as a bridge.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I can see that. But you don't run it back with Aaron.
Not at all.
I don't think you do either. I agree with you. Okay. We got some other news that we didn't expect to be talking about, but I think it's relevant as he's on the Manicast right now. Bill Belichick has interviewed twice with the University of North Carolina for their head coaching job. Chad, do you believe Bill Belichick is about to go be the head coach of the North Carolina Tar Heels? Am I believing the ACC going to be talking about Bill Belichick and the Tar Heels next year?
I don't know why you would if you feel like – I mean, you must feel like that he's not going to get another shot in the NFL if you're pushing for the coaching job so hard. I mean, I would – wait for NFL opening. I mean, you Bill Belichick, you've done everything that you need to do in the NFL, and
there's one league left to do.
One without Tom Brady.
Well, two things then, if you want to say it that way.
What would be the first?
He's 14 games away from breaking Don Shula's record of winningest coach of all time.
Okay.
So why wouldn't you want to come back and get that if you're Bill? So I'm wondering, is this real? That's the question I had. I don't know if this is real. It feels like this might be leveraging to make an NFL team make them see
he's interested.
I'm willing to humble myself and coach anywhere. But I'm shocked by this. I'm gonna be honest with you. I am shocked by this whole development because I'm just like, really, North Carolina? Because there's nothing about North Carolina.
Yeah.
With all due respect to the squad, I watched them play all season. I'm like, I don't know. It blows my mind. If I'm being honest, it blows my mind. Especially since Ohio State might be open.
I mean, it's a good chance. It's definitely a good chance.
Strong possibility Ohio State might be open after this. Like, let's be clear.
Maybe
And
it's a
before,
maybe it's a bluff. Maybe it's a bluff.
I feel like it might be a bluff, bro. I don't know, but we gonna see what happens with this. This is interesting. This is an interesting. I should have put this as a developing story because it is a developing story. We'll see what's gonna happen with it. But we also have another developing story that was interesting today, and I didn't have a chance to tell you about this. You may or may not have seen this,
Mm.
but Ben Johnson, who is currently the offensive coordinator for the Lions, but he is the hottest coaching commodity right now on the planet as far as the NFL is concerned.
Mm.
He said his head coaching requirements is, and I quote, an organizational alignment and willingness to fix the mistakes.
What does that mean?
Everybody got to be on the same page,
Okay.
and we got to go back and fix everything that's broken.
So you know where he's not gonna go.
There's two places that I think he's talking about when he says that.
He's not gonna go to Dallas because they don't like to fix
No,
their
no. He's not going to Dallas. That's out. That's
they don't
completely
like,
out.
They don't like to fix their mistakes.
To me, that sounds like he's saying to the Bears and the Giants, I'm willing to come to you if.
Mm.
You
would want to listen at this point.
Well, I'm conflicted. Again, I'm still conflicted because if getting Shador means getting rid of John Mara and Brian Daboll, I'm 100% on board.
Okay.
And if it means we can get Ben Johnson, I'm 100% on board. And I think Dion would be 100% on board.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the X factor for me. If this is going to cost, if keeping Brian Daboll is going to cost us Shador, to me, that's a no-brainer. No disrespect to Brian Daboll. I actually like Daboll. But I don't know if I like him over Shador Sanders.
So what's your confliction? What's your confliction about it?
There is no confliction for me. If I got to choose between the two, I'm choosing Shador.
Yeah.
I've seen him win consistently on multiple levels. I have confidence in this Shador Sanders. I don't have my complete confidence in Brian Daboll. So, and I'm not sure the team has confidence in Brian Daboll. So I'm willing, and I like the toughness that Ben Johnson and who's the DC over at I can see his face is clear as day. The DC for the Detroit Lions. Aaron Glenn. I like where Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn, and Dan Campbell have shaped the Lions. And if we can shape the Giants back into what we used to be and get Shador Sanders, man, that's a win. So
yep.
I think he's talking to those two organizations. Because those two organizations are willing to make, I think John Mara at this point is willing to do whatever he's got to do to right the ship. Now, I can't say that about Woody over at the Jets. And we know damn sure he ain't talking about Jerry Jones.
Nah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
right. So this is interesting. We're going to keep our eyes on both those stories, Bill Belichick and Ben Johnson. But let's go to question 2. I turn to you, my brother. CFP. It's done.
Mm-hmm.
Did they get it right? And while you're talking about did they get it right, let me pull it up. The bracket.
I think they did get it right. I mean, you can't really leave. I mean, they put SMU in. I didn't think they should have been out, so you can't leave them off.
Right.
Boise State had one of the best running backs in the country, and they had a good season. Penn State was up there. I mean, I think they got it right because a lot of these teams, they won their conference games. The Alabama thing, I mean, I didn't feel right putting a 3-loss team in the playoffs. And people say, they beat so-and-so, but I think the committee kind of didn't go by who they won against. I think they went by who they lost against. And that was the factor. So I think that, looking at it, I think it was, pretty much, spot on what I would have said.
100% agree with everything you just said. I don't really have an issue with anything that they did in this selection. I feel like the right team were added. I feel like the right. Um, I didn't really have an issue with anything that was done. Period. Like I even felt like they got it right as it relates to the seating. I thought the seating was fine. I didn't have an issue with the seating. Um, a lot of times in this stuff, we for sure overreact, and we because I heard a lot of people say, "Oh man, the Ohio State got hosed because Oregon got hosed because they're the number one team in the nation, but they either got to play Oregon or they got to play Ohio State or they got to play Tennessee."
Okay. If you want to be the best, you got to beat people that's been there.
Well, and I don't even know if they're the best. Like you're talking about two of the most inconsistent teams in the country right now that are in the playoffs. Like of all the teams that are in the playoffs, wouldn't you agree with me that Ohio State and Tennessee have been probably two of the most inconsistent offenses and defenses? Yeah, so I think Oregon got a gift to play a team that they're familiar with in Ohio State and a team that has been wildly inconsistent in Tennessee. So I think it worked out for everybody.
You don't want to play Georgia first. You don't want to play Texas.
You don't want right. Yeah. You don't have to play Texas. That defense, I'm not sure you can compete with that defense. You have to play the only SEC team you got to play is Tennessee. And of all the SEC teams that are in, that's the one you want to play.
Yeah. So
I think they got it right, bro. I think it's set up perfectly. I don't like the first round bye. Now that I see it in real time, I don't like it. I don't like that they're going to have basically a month off and the opportunity to get everybody they have on their team healthy so that by the time the first round teams get to play them, they're not playing them at full strength, but they're playing them at full strength. Like the bye teams are playing them at full strength. I think we need to go ahead and go to 16. I don't know why we're waiting on that. And then at 16, we just reseed and we go 1-16, and then everybody just got to play it on out. And that's just what it is. That's the only fair thing to do, in my opinion. But other than that,
so you definitely giving them an advantage for that, yeah.
It's a huge advantage. So, and you don't realize how big of an advantage it is until you really pay attention to what's really happening. And then you're going, my God, they got a whole month. Like the game, the Sugar Bowl, Fiesta Bowl, Rose Bowl, Peach Bowl ain't till January 1st. How is that fair?
That's crazy.
Like this literally next year.
That's crazy.
So that's crazy. So I don't like that part, but I think we're gonna like the 12-game playoff overall. But now I will say this, and then we'll go on. Chad, this has killed it for me for bowl games.
What you mean?
I do not care about any bowl game whatsoever. I kind of care. I kind of care about Colorado BYU a little bit, but not really. But not really though. So Pastor Corey, I heard today that, and for those who are watching this, Pastor Corey said he's the official pastor of Noise Media, by the way. Pastor Corey said Georgia's quarterback will be out for their game. Now, I heard that he's still getting an MRI on his elbow to see what the deal is. So I have not heard that they have officially ruled him out. Now, if I'm guessing, he's out. He's not playing.
It's just throwing up.
Yeah, it's on his throwing arm. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's out because
yeah.
he came back in the game and the arm was literally hanging on the side, like it was literally just hanging there.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine he's going to be back to anywhere near 100% in the next 3-4 weeks.
Nah.
So I'm with you, Pastor Court. I think he's out. So Notre Dame and IU may have gotten a gift because while that kid Stockton played well, he may have played well solely because A, there was no tape, and B, there was no preparation for him. Now that those two teams will have time to prepare for him, we'll see. Yeah, so I don't know, but we'll see. But Carson Beck, by the way, can we diverge for just a second? I feel so bad for Carson Beck. He should have left last year, bro. This year could not have gone worse for him.
Yeah. I mean, he probably still get picked up even though he'll be injured. You know what I mean? He's probably still get
What round though?
Oh, he's not he's not first or second anymore. He might be third. No.
I don't think he's third. I think Carson Beck,
if he can't throw at a pro day or a combine, then he's gonna be third or fourth.
But see, he may do great at a pro day at a combine, but everybody saw his tape this year. I think Carson Beck at best is a 4th or 5th round pick. It would not surprise me if he dropped that far.
I mean, shoot time.
I think coming back cost him millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. So
you want to go out while you're hot. So yeah.
I think he just Teddy Bridgewatered himself.
Ooh, yikes. Yeah.
Because Teddy coming out of that junior year, he was a surefire top 3 pick.
Yeah.
And then he said, I'm gonna come back one more year. And he dropped it. Now Teddy didn't drop out of the first.
Yeah.
So that was good. But
it cost him. Picked the wrong advisors to listen to.
Yeah, it cost him big time. So I think Carson Beck cost himself big time. So all right. We got some other breaking news. And that starts as question 3. I'm just gonna read it, and you can take off from there, my brother. Juan Soto, $765 million for 15 years. And it starts with a $75 million signing bonus. Go.
My son about to play baseball tomorrow.
Bro, your boy, my nephew is currently playing the wrong damn sport.
For sure. For sure. Oh my
God. You need to sit him down. You need to write this on the nicest piece of paper that you can find. Write out these numbers and say, son, this could be you. And then just say, tomorrow, can we start our baseball training?
Yeah, I'm about to get him a glove tomorrow.
Goodness, great. 75 million?
By the time
760.
By the time we start playing, they're gonna be making $1 billion.
And by the way, vis-a-vis, as they say in the French, the money is not deferred like Shohei Ohtani's.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Shout out to the Mets. Shout out to the Mets for stealing him from the Yankees. Yeah. And that is massive, bro.
The money was, I heard the money was pretty similar. I heard he was offering 16 years for $760. But
your Yankees, man.
But the thing is, Lloyd, there was an incident with one of his parents at the Yankee Stadium with security, where his parents got moved from some section, and he was not feeling the Yankee security.
Wow.
So that made his decision a lot easier.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because virtually, you know, it's the same.
Because the money's basically the same. Matter of fact, I think the Yankees gave him an extra year, right?
Yes.
Wow.
So he wasn't too
in the details, bro.
He wasn't too happy.
It's in the details.
And it was not the first time. It was like 2 or 3 incidents where his chef and somebody else, his driver, got moved or something. It's
wow.
And that's probably what it came down to.
It came down to wow.
Yeah. So I mean,
Wow.
no, good luck for that brother. No, he don't have to move. Really, you just gotta he can stay where he's at, and it's really no changing in his life.
That's of course you just got some security guard fired.
Hey, it should have been because
Well, let
that's
me ask you a question. Does Brian Cashman get fired? Is Brian Cashman still the GM of y'all GM?
yes.
Does he get fired?
I mean, I don't
You don't need Juan Soto, but it
know.
sure helps to have Juan Soto.
I mean, shoot, we got to the World Series. Now you just have to figure it out and use that money that you're gonna pay him elsewhere. Now, I mean, for something that small that you probably could have helped smooth over. I mean, I don't know if that's a fireable offense, but I mean, it's
Well, let me say this, Yankees. There's a guy in Anaheim that would love to get out of there. Well, Los Angeles technically, but we all know it's the Anaheim Angels. He would love to leave there. Mike Trout would love to get out of there and make and you may not even have to pay him $765 million. You might be able to get out of that deal $500. What is he currently making? I'm curious to know what. No, we ain't got to answer today, but we'll find out. I'd love to know what Mike Trout is currently making. That might be a trade you could swing because they're not going nowhere with him on the team. They've got so much money tied up on that team with him that they need to make a change.
Yeah.
So maybe they'd be open to doing some dealing. I'm just saying.
That'll be.
There are some viable Juan Soto replacements out there if you want to replace it. That's all I'm saying. That's really all I'm trying to say at this point.
I think they need pitching more than anything. I think they need to beef up.
Also true. So maybe you put that money somewhere else. So I don't know, but $765 million, bro. I'll go half with you on the mid. I'm just saying. Let's figure this out.
I got mine in the garage right now. I just need to get him.
Oh, okay, good. All right, we need to, man. Black men, y'all are putting y'all children in the wrong sport.
Hey,
goodness gracious! All right, the NBA Cup's quarterfinals start tomorrow, and they start with the Magic and the Bucks, followed by the Mavs and the Thunder, followed by the Hawks and the Knicks, and close it out with the Warriors and Rockets. When we get back together, it'll be over by the time we get back together, right? Because the finals is this weekend, right? Semis and yeah. So when we return on next Monday, who will have won the NBA Cup?
Well, I'm kind of conflicted.
In the East, who you got? Let's do East, and then we'll do West.
I'm conflicted. I would like to see the Magic versus the Knicks.
You would like to see that.
I would like to see that, and I think the Knicks would win. I would like to see the Mavs versus the Warriors because that's just storylines on storylines. But I don't know if I don't think I want the Warriors to win because you guys won the NBA Cup and y'all didn't get to the finals. So I don't know if that's a jinx thing. I don't know.
Oh my God. Is that what you're doing?
I don't know, man.
We doing the jinx thing? Is that what we're doing?
I mean, we supposed to destined to go to the finals because Kendrick Lamar dropped the album. So
my God.
So I don't want to mess that up. But
if you are clinging to these ideologies, Lord have mercy. Help us. Lord help us all. If that's what you're clinging to.
I think the Magic, young upcoming team. I think with the Bucks, having their ups and downs, I think they can steal a game.
Let me say this: I probably would have gone Magic had it not been for Franz Wagner, one of the Wagner boys. He just had an injury. That was just reported today.
I know.
And I think he's going to be out a significant amount of time. So I wanted to give you that information
Okay.
before you make your final decision because I think they might be in trouble now. And it's Franz too, who has been killing it.
Yeah.
Franz has been playing at an all-star level.
Mhm.
And now I think that might be the death knell for them for a while. Like I feel like they might get blown out of that game tomorrow night with the Bucks. So
Cap.
I don't know. I think you said you going Magic, or you said you going Bucks, Knicks.
I said Magic Knicks.
You said Magic, but I'll give you a chance to retract that.
Okay, Bucks Knicks.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I just don't know.
Yeah.
The Magic have been playing fantastic all season long, but Franz is one of the biggest reasons why he has picked up a lot of that slack. And I just don't know if they can recover like that. So I'm gonna say I'm with you. I'm gonna say it's gonna be Bucks, Knicks, and out the East, I'm gonna give it to the Bucks. To come out. No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna give it to the Knicks to come out of the East. I'm agree with you on that. What about in the West? You going Mavs, Warriors, and you give it to obviously your Warriors.
I don't want them to win, man. I told you.
Oh, so you going Mavs?
I'm going Mavs, man.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
I'll get a Mavs the in-season championship to sacrifice for us getting the real championship.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go the opposite. I'm going Warriors, Mavs, and Warriors get in. So we got a rematch. I'm sorry. We got Knicks Warriors in Vegas. And you know what? Give me Steph holding up another trophy. Give me Steph holding up another trophy.
Hopefully it's the Kobe Bryant one, or the one at the end, the Larry O'Brien.
Oh my goodness, this guy. You that nervous?
Man, I'm just, y'all had it, y'all won it, and then y'all kind of bottomed out. So I don't want it to happen to us.
Well, we was gonna bottom out anyway. Like we're seeing what we are right now, and we got to make some changes. Like we don't have enough basketball IQ on this team to really make a serious run and compete. And until we fix that problem, we're kind of stuck.
I feel the same way about us though, because we still don't have a defined second scorer, and the trade deadline cannot come fast enough.
And see, I hate waiting until the trade deadline because I feel like we need to go on and solve that problem and just get it over with. But we just don't have we don't have enough IQ on this team, and we got to make some changes. We got to get bigger so AD don't have to feel like he's killing himself out there. And we just got to get these guys some help, man. Yeah. Got him and LeBron some help. So
you definitely don't want AD to wear down. That's
right. Exactly. Oh. All right, man. So how did we do last week? Games of the week. How did we do last week?
Well, some did better than others.
That's the line now, baby.
Yeah. Cam, he picked correctly all 5.
Really?
Yeah. So in his absence, he can't gloat.
Shout out to Cam. No, I'm gonna give him a shout out though. That's what's up. Okay.
Yeah, and you were 3 out of 5. 3 picks.
3 out of 5. I'm good for 60 at least.
Yeah, Ron C. He was 3 out of 5. And
okay.
I think my Warriors pick had me 2 out of 5. So
see, you picked with your heart. You got to pick with your head.
Yeah, so
you got to pick with your head sometimes.
So
all right.
Going for the totals right now, Cam is 20 out of 25. I'm 17 out of 25. You're 13 out of 25.
I'm 13. I gotta focus. I'm not focused right now. Cause see, I put all my pick focus into Believe in the ACC, and I won that this year. So now I gotta put my focus back on the 5. So I'm about to refocus, starting with this week's games.
Okay.
So the 5 games of the week this week are Rams 49ers. We got some good games this week. Rams 49ers. Who you got in that one? That's gonna be a good one. That's the Thursday night game.
Thursday night.
That's a big game because Seattle has a stranglehold on it right now. I think they got a 1 or 2 game lead, but it's open for somebody to get them if the Seattle stumbles. And I'm just wondering, if the Rams, because the Rams are playing some good football right now. Puka was outstanding yesterday. My God, he was incredible.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if they can in these last 4 games, can they find the magic one more time and make a little run?
That's what I'm thinking, because like you said, they played great, and
But the 49ers were great yesterday.
Yeah, but is Trent Williams gone still?
Yeah, he ain't. As far as I know, he ain't back yet. But they didn't need him yesterday.
But yeah, you didn't need him yesterday, but you're gonna need him this week.
You're gonna need him this week. You're gonna need him. You're gonna need him Thursday sure.
I'm going with the Rams, man.
Go with the Rams. I'm gonna join you. Definitely going with the Rams this week. Okay. Dolphins and Texans. Dolphins and Texans, I would say, are both also in a must-win. Let me pull up the standings real quick because I think the Dolphins are considered to be in the hunt right now. They have no shot to win the division. They're so far behind the division. It's not even funny. But in the playoff run, the Texans are okay. So the Texans are leading their division currently right now, and I think they have a sizable enough lead to where as long as they don't do anything stupid, they're good. The Dolphins are 6 and 7. They're in 9th place. So they need the Broncos or the Chargers to stumble. And they got to beat, and they don't have the tiebreaker against Indianapolis. So the Dolphins, they just got to keep winning and hope other people stumble.
The Dolphins
to have any shot.
Almost lost to the Jets, so I'm going to Texans.
You're going to Texans. I think I'm going to join you on that one as well. Plus, it's at home. Yeah. I think I'm going that one as well. Okay. Big game here. Man. Huge game. Maybe a Super Bowl preview. Cool. The Bills cannot lose another game. They are currently 2 games behind the Kansas City Chiefs for number 2, but they also are tied with the Steelers for number 2. So they cannot lose another game. This is a massive game. Now, also, the Lions cannot lose another game because, okay, so the Packers can't catch them. I misspoke earlier. The Packers cannot catch them, but the Philadelphia Eagles absolutely can. Yeah. And they will surrender first place to the Eagles if they lose this game. Now, having said that, I don't know if they can lose this game. I really like the Lions at home. Now, this will be the best offense they've seen all season. Yeah. And Josh Allen is playing dumb stupid right now. He's killing it. But I don't know if they can go into that crazy environment and win that game. That place is going to be insane this weekend. Yeah. Because everybody's going to say that's the Super Bowl preview. And if ever there was a time to punch a team in the mouth, it will be now for the Lions, because you might see this team in 5 weeks or 7 weeks, 8 weeks. So give me the Lions in a close one and in a must-win for both teams. Give me the Lions.
I think Ben Johnson is going to get a job. but this game would cement him and his play calling immensely. So,
100%.
And I think the Lions will win this game. I don't know what the score is going to be, but I think they'll pull it out.
Okay. All right. So we're both going Lions on that one. Fourth game. Another huge game. A lot of huge games this week. Steelers and Eagles. Ooh. Steelers currently sit at the top of the division. They've got a 2-game lead on the Ravens, and they have to play the Ravens again later. So they have a 2-game lead on the Ravens in the division. They need this game. And they're tied with the Buffalo Bills for top the division. They need this game. And the Eagles, let's just say, had we not given them Saquon Barkley, this would be a very different season.
Yeah.
Because the only thing they've gotten right this year is Saquon Barkley. Their passing game has not looked great.
No.
Jalen has just been okay. But the defense has played okay. So, but they struggled yesterday, and honestly, they should have lost that game. Had Xavier Legette caught that ball yesterday.
Yeah. I think Saquon Barkley has secured Nick Sirianni's job, at least for now.
Possibly. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of weird tension in the Eagles locker room. And I don't understand why, but there's something not quite right with the Eagles. I can't put my finger on what it is. I don't know. It's weird. It's just a weird tension there. But there's no home field advantage in this game, by the way.
True.
The Pennsylvania game.
True.
And Steelers fans travel. They will be at this game.
Yeah. I think I trust Russell Wilson more than I trust Jalen Hurts at this point.
I trust TJ Watt more than I trust the entire Eagles defense. So I'm saying Steelers.
Likewise.
and I think George Pickens will be back. Give me the Steelers. All right. And then the last game. Woo, again. Banger after banger this weekend. Packers, Seahawks. And by the way, when did they play that one? That one is that the late game? Let me see here. Packers Seahawks is yes, that is the late game. That's the Sunday night game in Seattle. The cold will not matter.
Nope.
The 12th man might, though. I'll just say this. Green Bay should win the game. But Seattle has found a way to win these games. They sit upon the top of their division at 8-5. They cannot afford for the Rams to catch them. They have to keep winning. Green Bay is probably going to make the playoffs. Probably. But Seattle has to keep winning. Give me Seattle in a close one. Give me Seattle in a close one. But I'm not confident in that. But I'm going Seattle in a close one.
I'm going Green Bay.
Okay. All right.
Let's see how that works.
Listen. I understand. I understand exactly what you're saying because that Green Bay travels well.
Yeah.
And they lost that game and any shot they had at the division. So now they're fighting to get a higher seeding. They have to win the game.
Yeah.
They have to win the game.
Both of them are
So,
playing pretty good, so it's gonna be a fight for sure.
yep, they are. This has been a phenomenal show, my little bro. I appreciate you, man, as
So
always.
likewise.
Let's talk shout outs real quick. Who are you shouting out this week?
Man, shouting out my old job crew, my GE crew. We commenced for one of our fellow comrades' funerals. My boy Allende, rest in peace, and
Rest in peace.
his family. It was a beautiful service, and just got to see a lot of people I haven't seen in years, and definitely it was like a little reunion. So definitely sorry it had to be under those circumstances, but it was good seeing everybody. Definitely shouting out you, Cam, Reggie in their absence. Definitely out. Definitely got to do that. And, just sports in general, man. Love doing this and love talking about sports. And hopefully these Cowboys lose tonight so we can improve our draft order. So
nah, they rolling, man. They're rolling right now.
But yeah,
they're rolling right now. It's a beautiful day.
It also speaks to what I said. They shouldn't have gave Dak that money. So, but I digress.
I mean, what's done is done.
Shout out to Juan Soto. Shout out to Juan Soto.
Give a shout out.
Shout out to Juan Soto, man. You made the
shout out to Juan Soto.
Definitely.
Get your money, man. Get your money, man. Okay. So the Golden Globe nominations went down today. And so shout out to the Golden Globe nomination. I am frozen. My whole computer's locked.
Yeah, it was frozen.
There we go. Okay. So shout out to the Golden Globes. One of my favorites got nominated a lot in the TV side, which is The Bear. I love The Bear. And it got nominated a lot. So that's cool. They got a new category now called Cinematic and Box Office Achievement.
Mm-hmm.
Where has that category been for the longest? Because that's kind of dope. I like because a lot of times they nominate stuff to win, and you ain't never heard of it. Like most of the films they got nominated to win, I've never heard of these. The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave. I have heard of Dune, The Nickel Boys, and September 5th. I don't know what these shows. I don't know what these are.
Never.
So yeah. So I'm just taking your word for it that these are good films, but I don't know.
Right.
So anyway, so shout out to the ones I do know. So Alien Rom.
On that note, I want to play We Listen and We Don't Judge. I haven't seen The Bear season 2 yet. I haven't seen.
What you waiting? Okay, you're right. We don't judge.
We listen and we don't.
I mean, I want to. I ain't gonna lie. I want to, but I thought about what you said, and then I thought about your year, and I said, okay, you're right. I got it. I
will though. I will.
I know you're gonna catch it. By the way, real quick before we go, I know you've seen Rhythm and Flow, the finals. Were you happy?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, you haven't seen it? Okay. Did I say nothing more?
I haven't seen it yet.
We'll discuss Rhythm and Flow finals next week.
Yes, sir.
I cannot wait to hear what you think about the finals of Rhythm and Flow. Okay. But I want to give a shout out to, like I said, the Bear. I love The Bear. One of my favorite shows. Yeah, just want to give that shout out. So there you go. Apparently this show, this movie, Amelia Perez, is supposed to be really, really good. And so I'm curious to see what happened with that. Also, shout out to Donald Glover for Mr. and Mrs. Smith. He got nominated. Shout out to Abbott. Love Abbott.
Yep.
Love Abbott. Abbott got nominated as well. I'm always going to root for Abbott because that's my show. Abbott been killing it this season.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely killing. Shout out to Kathy Bates. I don't know if you ever seen the new Matlock show. Fantastic. It is fantastic. Phenomenal premise. Fantastic show. So I like seeing the shows that I root for get nominated. So there you go. Okay, so there you go. We're done there. Currently the game is I think 14-10. The Bengals. It's been ugly from what I can tell. Some ugly football, but that's what happens when you get two teams that are not defense that are not very good. This is what you get. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this unfolds. But here we are. Great show. Shout out to the rewatch game. Shout out to LinkedIn because we've been getting a lot of love on LinkedIn for some reason.
Really?
But shout out to But shout out to LinkedIn. Appreciate y'all, man. And we'll do it all again next week. This is my guy C Major. He produces this show and makes it good. And shout out to Reggie Love and of course Killer Cam. And we got some surprises hopefully coming up for y'all on in 2025. So be on the lookout for that. But until then, we out. Bye.
When you're plugging in with the there's no mystery. Let's make history with the oh, the strongest. 2 and 3. Add 1 more plus me and do the 5. Yeah, keep it on the floor. And the 4 plus 4 and you got 5. 5. One and 9 is 10. And there ain't no span on the 5. There's no denying it.